all of it. They said it's all. It's stupid.
Call the police if they do that again. Call the police.
That's all I have.
Forget it. I'm done.
You just told. I was
Forget it.
just messaging him to see.
Yeah, all she wants to do is just.
My ex Hollywood Ben Thorp. It's just like it's coming. Ow! Fucking bitch. Get up. My screen.
That sexually explicit conversation in front of him. Retard. You know better than that.
I didn't know Joe was behind me.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. And
You didn't know. No, that's a lie.
Okay.
That is a damn lie. You didn't know Joey was right there behind you?
no, I can't see him. Look at the screen.
Turn your head around. He's right there. You saw him. I'm not saying it's a big deal, but I'm just saying that's a lie.
Okay.
Oh, here come the tears.
Keep doing
Here
it.
come the tears from baby.
I stopped myself from crying. I stopped.
Oh, but that's perfect, isn't it? That's even better.
It's garbage though.
No,
I
that's
don't.
even better performance. You look like you're gonna cry, and then you hold back because you're so afraid of daddy doing something to you, right?
No, that's literally not why.
All bullshit all the time. Never end.
That's literally not why.
It never ends. I want you out of here. Never end.
I'm sorry. Oh, I did. I don't mean to do this.
It's too long. The better part of a decade is not a reasonable amount of time for someone to get a hold of themselves.
Okay, but I wanted to get a hold of myself today, and
Whatever.
we were like,
Who cares? Whatever.
I don't want to live without you. I don't want to. I don't care if you don't want me to. I don't want to do this. I'm not gonna leave.
Okay. Well,
Hey guys,
Hey.
welcome to another episode of All for Nothing. It's me and Amelia. It's another week. Honestly, I didn't think that we were gonna stream for a while again after last week. You know,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't. I thought, oh, this was the big thing that happened. Like they went broke and now they're going back, to Rhode Island. And I thought it would be the usual craziness, but I didn't think Ben was going to get arrested.
Yeah. I mean, who'd have thought, right?
Hey, Billy. Thanks, Billy. Thanks to all our friends watching. Anyway, we did this intro because I feel like it's important for people to see already the violence that's on screen in terms of the Thorp's history. Although we don't have the video of Grace getting spit on by Ben. There's an awesome edit that our friend Bully the Anti-Billy did, but you can see on his channel. He's in chat actually, but that's not done. I couldn't find the raw version of it. But did you want to go over a little bit of this before we go into the Grace, the actual stream, just
Sure.
what we saw?
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Just each incident and the context.
Also, Monty says, I admired your patience with Grace on that live, Amelia.
Oh, thank you.
It was a crazy one. Yeah, we're probably not going to get into that, but we'll talk about some of the points Grace made. That's for sure. So this first one, I think, is really important. Ben had already been in jail, you know, he doesn't have a conviction for assault, but Ben was arrested last year because he kicked his son John
It's
in
pretty
the
weird.
in
They're
the
both-
leg.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah. Oh, just that he kicked both his kids, you know.
Yeah. What's the
Um,
deal with Ben's leg?
God
And-
gave him legs to kick his children with, I guess.
right. I mean, it's sad. Yeah. And like, okay, so for this one, for the context, just so you guys know, this was a video of John Thorp, the second oldest,
Mhm.
trying to get away from a hey Halfor, try to get away from Ben, and he also had just had leg surgery or knee surgery.
Yeah.
So you know, from what John says, John says he got kicked in the leg over and over again. So we can watch this and see what you guys think.
It's all. They said it's all. It's stupid.
Call the police. Make that again.
There's his leg right there. One.
Call the police.
Look, he then's laughing in the background, by the way.
That's
So we can do it again.
It's all.
One.
They said it's all. It's stupid.
Call the police. Make that again.
Yeah, the second
I
one
mean,
is way more intense.
Yeah, it's way harsher.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
gets more momentum and, you know.
yeah, he claims anytime Ben's talked about it that he like kicked the side of the seat, but that's not
He
what
kicks,
John says.
to me it looks high enough to where that's going to be
Hit the
kicking
leg.
his leg, but
Yeah. And then for the next one, look, by the way, Ben's showing this because this is after he got off. Because you know, John got in trouble for a thing with Grace, and then they were able to kind of like cancel out both court cases. So
Mhm.
Ben was very happy that he, you know, got scot-free, essentially. They were laughing.
Forget it.
Okay, so for this one, this is what Ben always says. Oh, I didn't really slap Grace here. But I mean, I think he tried. She just happened to move her head.
Forget
You just.
Yeah,
I
no,
was just.
Forget it.
Would've-
Forget it. Forget it.
Well, I mean, look at that.
just nasty.
I actually
hit her
saw this
hair.
live.
or brushed her face at least, like, and he
Yeah.
swatted her forehead basically, I think.
Yeah, I
and-
mean, to me, it just seems like this is stuff that like happens more regularly. Just happens to get, you know.
I think
filmed
it's
doing it.
obvious. Yeah, for sure. Didn't he not know that he was on stream on camera?
No,
here?
I don't think he knew. No, yeah.
So there you go. I mean, I think that, yeah, like, I think he does this more often in private, but that's just what I think, you know?
Right. And then this one is
Thing.
Grace
No.
pulling her
Fucking
mother Courtney's hair and
get up.
taking her outside.
My
That's
screen.
really awful.
Sexually
And-
explicit conversation in front of him. Retard. You know
Alright,
better than
gonna go.
that.
I mean, I hate to go over this. I feel like it's just, we all saw this. I feel like it's just really important. So it ends with Ben kicking Grace and they're calling it a shove. You know, I think everyone in here has probably seen it a million times, but what we want to do, I think what we really, really want to do is we want to go over the day of the attack. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I want people to see what happened before the kick happened, to go over it a little bit. We're not going to go over the whole
Yeah.
stream, but go over like points of it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because the entire day was just really intense. Grace and Ben had just gotten back from a trip. Things are generally more calm for them on trips, even though the last episode we saw the craziness of that. And let's just get into it. So Grace
Okay.
claims she's going to watch an Andrew Wilson video. They hate Andrew Wilson, by the
Don't
way.
actually look at. They don't actually think about it at all. That when the lockdowns happened, the right also lost a lot of faith in the court system, in police officers. They lost a lot of faith in the criminal justice system altogether once they recognized how easily it could be weaponized.
Excuse me. She only talks about this cuck because Ben is obsessed. Nobody else cares. No. Actually, I forgot. I'm in a competition with Andrew right now. I'm going to get on Fresh and Fit before him. He says he needs $15,000. I say all I need is my pussy, my tits, and $200 for a flight.
So
I don't
Grace
even need a
was
hotel.
Grace is trying to get on that show Fresh and Fit. It's just more clout,
I'll stay wherever.
whatever
Shooting
bullshit.
it up.
Okay, so let's get into this. So I don't think Ben was supposed to be on the stream, but Ben pops on.
Down there, and we'll stand outside. Not me. You will
Okay.
stand outside of their studio until they let you in, or whatever.
Okay.
I'm not saying like to be too crazy, but like if you're gonna do something, fucking do it.
All right.
Am I right, chat?
Chat agrees with you. They say you're
Chat
speaking
agree with me?
for a change. Yeah, no, they agree with you.
It's time to cut the bullshit, the low-lying fruit, the I talk a good game. Fucking do it, bitch. Or kill yourself.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So Ben's saying that Grace needs to message Xena, who lives in Miami, to get her on Fresh and Fit. And he's like, that was the beginning of the stream. You need to get on Fresh and Fit because you'll get famous if you can do it.
Yeah.
And the day before, they still won't say what Grace did, but apparently she did something horrible.
Yeah.
And Ben was saying that it was like the worst thing ever. They won't really say what happened. So this was the day after some giant fight.
All right. I'll message her right fucking now.
Do you understand? What it is to be a killer?
Yeah, I understand what it is to be a killer, I think. Yeah.
Donald Trump talks about some women and he goes, they're killers.
Yeah.
What's a killer?
A killer is somebody who doesn't give a fuck and puts her pussy behind it.
No,
Comes after liars.
No, that's not true.
Puts her
A
pussy
killer
behind it.
is someone who loves the taste of human blood
Mm-hmm.
in her fucking fangs and loves seeing human flesh in her talons. Not somebody
You're covering the
who-
mic. You're covering the mic. Yeah. It's fine.
So he goes on about
Well, I'm
this.
saying, do you want chat to keep going like, well, I don't know, Grace, you're a nice person. I just jerked off. Or do you want him to say, like,
No.
let's do this? Okay, just talk over me.
I want them to say, let's do this. Let's get you on Fresh and Fit. I want that.
Okay, so they're gonna need to line up for you, but you're like, well, whatever, guys. Why don't you take all the resources available to you and make it happen as soon as possible instead of going, well, the Lord I'm a pious person. The Lord may or may not. Why don't you say, I want Myron's. I want the taste of that Negro's blood on. I want it dripping down my face.
So this is this weird thing. Another plan for them to get famous. They're gonna get on Fresh and Fit. So they go on and on about Fresh and Fit. She goes by herself and she starts talking again. Put me back on. People start paying for Ben to not be on, by the way. That's what starts happening. People start donating for Ben to not be on the stream because it's so awful for them.
All right, you're back on. What do you want to say?
Okay, all right. So this is just like your mother now. You're gonna do something stupid, which you say like, okay.
Hang on.
So Ben's roboting her, sounds like a little squeaker, but
he sounds like
saying,
like a failing battery charged
Yes.
voice thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course he says she's acting like Courtney, because why is it that when Courtney was around, Ben and Grace were united against Courtney, right? That's what we know. And when Courtney leaves, even Grace herself told me that they started having issues with dealing with each other, right?
Your mic is like
because Courtney takes the place, because Grace takes the place of Courtney, in my opinion.
crazy. Hang on a second. Edit mic settings. Try saying something.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Can you rejoin the studio? It's like it's coming in like crazy, like a robot.
I don't even. You don't even have.
Oh no,
I
it's
don't even
good.
have my-
It's good. It fixed.
I don't even have my iPad. I got this little tiny iPhone. This sucks, but whatever. Okay. So I get what you're doing. I say contact Xena. So what you do is
maybe just a guy.
You make it nearly impossible that she's going to respond to you, but you can say, "See, I did what you said."
How is that nearly impossible for her to respond to?
Well, you said I want to wreck Myron. She's not given no indication that she's on that team.
No, they've made fun of her. She called her out for that. She has made that clear.
She's
No,
made
but-
it clear that she wants to do that.
Well, that she doesn't like them because they.
But
they
why do that? Why not? Okay, well, forget it. I mean, forget it. You're not a killer. You're a loser.
Okay, so now he's abusing Grace.
Look,
verbally.
you gotta
She's
let
a
me
loser.
cook. All right, you gotta let me cook. Yesterday was intense. You gotta let me cook. Okay, I understand. Like I'm the one with the problems, but you gotta let me build up to it. Because if you're just, it's like if like you're trying to have sex with a girl and you just like keep shoving the dick in, you
What?
gotta like work it in. You gotta.
Or like, look, he's trying to say to her. She's trying to say to him, like, you're being too harsh.
Yeah, you're beating me over the head with like this shit, and it's not helping her ever. And yeah, I think what he wants for her always is like one thing, and then he's like, you're not doing this right enough. So why not, like, why do it at all, kind of thing. And so he's always back and forth.
Well, look, someone said, I know what happened is Grace probably said no to something he wanted or set a boundary. He sees that as a betrayal. I mean, yeah, already she's trying to set some kind of boundary. Like, bro, everyone thinks you're an idiot right now. Everyone's laughing at you. Chill out, Dad. Let me just be. And he's not having it. That's how things build on this day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Let it happen. Because then I feel like I'm on the spot and then I'm start to making stupid decisions. We don't want that to happen, right? So you've got to let me get my feet. I know that you get frustrated because you would be doing it faster, but I either got to get my feet or I won't get my feet.
Okay, so we're not a team. Okay, great. Bye.
We are a team, and I'm saying
you're
this
on
is
your own. You're
how you can help.
Your best resource. Okay, right. So
I'm not alienating.
You agree? Bye.
No, I'm literally just telling you that you're saying I'm not going to do it because I'm freezing up, and I'm explaining to you that you got to let me get my own feet so that we can work as a team, because otherwise it's just going to be you railroading, and that's not what you want. You want me.
So Grace sets kind of like a mini boundary, a little bit, right? Ben's mad.
To come up with my own.
Okay. So wait. So he leaves and then comes back again.
Nigga.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I obviously they're part of it.
Okay, so shut the fuck up. Now, all right. So if there's a conflict between you and me, and you go, "Oh, I think I get it now," right?
Mm-hmm.
I get it. We've already done this. Like, we've been doing this for the better part of a decade. You and me going like, "I get it." Okay. But actually, if it's just you and me, no one gets anything. It sucks.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like psychotic. It should be like a special on some kind of crime show. Like, you wouldn't fucking believe what happens when the camera's off.
All right.
Again, this is the Dahmer thing, I think, which is that Grace is like a serial killer who's trying to destroy Ben, or Courtney's like a serial killer. That's why Dahmer's in the thumbnail of this. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know. Yeah, he's just trying to start getting whoever in the audience to be like, yeah, Grace doesn't act like this, like on off stream, and she tortures me or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't make any sense.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, have a drink. Have a drink. Refresh yourself.
He used to say the same stuff to Courtney. Drink more alcohol.
Yeah, I will.
Oh yeah. Totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe, Grace, maybe the answer on some of these things, instead of you privately texting me, "Thanks a lot, nigger, for your suggestion."
Okay.
Nigga. Sorry.
Okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, okay.
Look, Ben's
Maybe
getting embarrassed.
Because there's a lot of, like, I'm saying, like, okay, I gotta make it happen.
No, there's a lot of what? There's a lot of what?
Pressure, you fucking fat ass.
Is there a lot of pressure?
Yeah,
Look, he loves it.
you're not giving me the space. Like, I'm trying. God Almighty, you're trying.
Fucking loser.
What
a loser.
You don't give me. It's 39 minutes into the stream. You never give me this. You gotta give me the space to. Okay. All right.
You have a finger that can ban me from this anytime you want.
Look, once again, he's getting her upset. He's liking it. You could see the smile when she started to cry. When she
Yeah.
called him a fat ass, which she means that it's breaking her internally. She has to yell at him about something, right?
And I hate this last part where he's like, and also, you like this because you're in control. You have the power. You have the money. You have all the money. Why doesn't she just leave? She likes this. She loves torturing me or bullshit.
Yes.
And you're a victim of me.
She just has this obligation to him at all times to entertain his side of things and never truly disagree. So that's why she can just take him off. He's gonna get some kind of repercussions or consequences if she just did that.
Right. And this guy, just a guy on stream, he berates her. Off stream, she berates him. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I think he still berates her, although sometimes she fights back. But that's just our little opinion. We appreciate your opinion.
Well, we're a team. We're a team.
Loser.
You're a victim
Grace,
of me.
let's
Are you a
openly
victim of
Google
me?
a bridge nearby.
Are you a victim
Let's
of
do
me?
it.
You can leave the stream anytime you want. Are you a victim of me? Are you?
Oh, look, she's fighting
Good
back
point.
here. Like, look, she's saying, "Oh, look, you always say I can leave," but she knows that's not a true option. Look, she's fighting back.
Leave in the
Are
stream.
you?
I
You
asked
can.
I asked you what kind of resource you want me to be, and you said,
You know
What
what
do you
this is
think a
called?
killer
Like
needs?
we read before that the term is like reactive abuse, which I think is just whatever. I don't know, but it's just like this kind of thing about lashing out because of how you're treated. And yeah, fighting is a product of that. You just get to this point where you're just like, I'm sick of this, so I am gonna fight back. Like,
Wait, hey,
but-
Courtney. The claim that Grace abuses Ben off stream is a lie. So we know from someone who was there. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Court.
You think a killer needs a
You gotta go. Sorry, $5
Whoa,
for 5
look.
minutes. You gotta go.
So look, Ricky, the mod, gives Grace an out with money. Stop looping with Ben and continue the show. Here's $5, right? Literally, maybe that, right? Like, okay, I can tell Ben I had to do it because it was for money, right? We need money,
All right. Another £5. Cut his mic for 5 minutes. Okay, we got 10 minutes on the clock. We're at 40 minutes. We're at 40 minutes in. Okay, we gotta wait till 50 minutes. So until 3:59. Thanks for the donos, guys.
Right. Look, it's like this out. Don't you? I mean, nobody's done this. I'm not trying to say we're so great, but what I'm saying is that, yes, we just want to make sure there's no confusion there. Thank you. We appreciate that. I think nobody's really looked at it and they just kind of see the kick. And I think it's important to see what happened before the kick, which is that Grace immediately kind of tries to create a mini boundary, and Ben does not like this,
Do you know what a killer is? God. Okay. Why don't you guys help me figure it out? Okay, so he's saying he wants you to be included in a more integral.
Okay.
You're a bad bitch.
Look,
You're a bad
he's
bitch.
back.
You're a
He's
killer.
back. Sorry.
No.
You don't take care of the timer. You don't figure out OBS. You want to kill the biggest niggas on YouTube right now. You don't got time to run a timer.
So he's saying, stop trying to even have a timer for how long I'll be kept off stream. You running a timer shows how big of a failure you are. 'Cause
Yeah.
You don't have like an OBS timer up because you're such a failure at streaming. That's what he's saying.
Okay. But all right. But you got to include the chat somehow because they're paying for the timer. So like until we get more people, I get what you're saying.
Oh my God. So you don't know what I'm saying. You don't know what I'm saying.
No, you're saying other people take care of it because I got like I'm not here to sell my OBS skills. I'm here to sell other stuff.
Right. What percentage of this chat are men?
Like I don't know, 75% at least, 80%.
Okay. How many of them suffer from some degree of autism?
Okay, this is just some dumb thing. Like get the
Yeah.
autistic simps in your chat to help you build
Look at that face.
Sorry.
No,
Myself. I'm not a fucking feminist.
what was
He comes back on again.
I just suggesting to you? What was I suggesting to you?
to
What
have
was I
somebody
just
else
suggesting?
up here.
Okay, so how is the response to that? You're overshadowing me. I need to do it myself. You are just like your mother. You have an obsessive relationship with me that you want to play out until it just.
How's that for obsession? Go away.
Oh, look, another boundary. It's Minnie. She
All
kicks him off. Oh, he's back.
Or I kill you.
What?
Okay. So.
He's really mad. He's
Yeah, I
like,
know how to use the buttons. I know how to.
I know how to use the buttons to get back on the stream. Oh my god.
Dad, come on.
No.
Come on. I sent the link out. I would like
no.
to talk to somebody else. I would like to talk to.
Okay, so I can't even finish my sentence. Okay.
No,
fine.
go ahead.
Oh, now I can.
Yes.
Like all the people like Keemstar, all these people discussing what's it like with Ben. That's interesting. What do you think guys think it's like? Just fucking watch the videos. Of course they don't want to. Like I'm not trying to be like a pearl clutcher. Like, of course the LolCal podcast doesn't really care about abuse or alleged incest or anything. They care about shocking people and getting donos and getting asses in the seats. Like that's how kind of tabloid stuff has always existed, and like I've indulged in it too. But like I really feel like
Ben is like-minded in that way, I guess. So I think he saw that as this opportunity. He doesn't care about it either. He just uses it to shock people or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I think he thought his way through going on there as being a good idea. Whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, because they want clout. Like Ben likes abusing his family, and he loves clout to indulge his ego. Right. Those are two things he really likes, in my opinion. And I think, anyway, I could go on and on, but I think there's real people that get hurt here.
Yeah.
And there's real. This is a big family, you know what I mean? 6 kids. And I think, Ben and Grace are this like sideshow or whatever, but it's all right in front of us. The mental abuse, you know what I mean? And the physical abuse even.
I'm the CEO. I give you permission. Go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say.
So are you a killer or a flower?
I'm a killer.
Okay. What does a killer need to put her fangs into the biggest names on YouTube?
Inspiration.
A supportive, wonderful Dr. Phil kind of coach, like who's a little bit, mostly wants you to go to rehab and thinks you're a victim in life. Or do you need a coach who's going to like tell you how to get to the neck? And where to.
Well, how has Ben helped her? Like, I guess he helped her become a sideshow on YouTube. Yeah, they're both delusional about stuff. But honestly, when Ben isn't there, Grace, like, when she's not talking about her family, and this is harsh because she's smart and intelligent, but like she kind of just does basic reaction stuff. I think, I you know.
Yeah, well, I don't think she's really allowed to, or I don't think she is given the space to expand in any
or
way.
Experiment. Right.
Yeah, or experiment, exactly. So he does hold her back to a huge degree, and I think like she used that as like an argument when I talked to her. She was like, "You watch my dancing video and make videos or whatever, video edits.
You make edits, yeah."
And she's like, if it wasn't for my dad, I would have never made those or whatever.
Like Grace wouldn't have danced. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it's so stupid, but it comes from Ben telling her like, you wouldn't be here, you wouldn't do anything if it wasn't for me abusing you, essentially, is like what he means. Like the abuse is beneficiary to you because it makes you more entertaining and I push you.
Right.
Like
He's
parent. Or whatever.
Right, he's saying what he's like. What do what did you want? Do you want a nice dad, or do you want a dad who pushes you? Whatever. Like that's the only dichotomy.
Bite on the jugular and how to bite down hard.
Okay.
Stress. Okay,
Stress. Yes.
So now just continue to assert that you work best when everyone's fluffing you up. You don't. You don't.
No, okay.
All you do is act fucking lazy, and then you start being destructive. Extremely destructive.
I don't, but
being
okay.
Supportive.
Okay,
okay,
but
over me. That's
but okay, yes, I will talk over you because you're missing something.
You don't want help.
You're missing something.
You don't want help.
He talks over everybody all the time.
Okay, fine. Go straight for death. That makes a lot of sense. But this is my point. Okay.
Oh, that was an attack back on him because that's what she says to him. Or he says to the family, "Go pray for death. Give up."
Why can't
You
I
can
get
leave.
off of here?
Look, he's mad because he can't get off. Even she's laughing.
She's laughing, yeah.
I'll remove you. What I'm saying is, okay, we're supposedly a team, okay, and it means it means a lot to me whether my dad's like affirmative or being negative. It does, whatever. I don't care. I get anxious about it. So those times, like the Limp Dick Nigga stream, right before that, he was being super, super nice to me.
I mean, she's saying like the Limp Dick N-word stream is like the pinnacle of greatest content.
Yeah.
She was enraged and it was like entertaining, but I think she could do a lot more. But that's all in the future.
And then I got angry at other people. So if I feel like on the defense from him, I don't feel like my pussy has room to stretch out and like attack other niggas. I gotta be like, oh, okay, well, my team is falling apart, so I don't have the capacity to kind of like attack somebody else. I don't have like that.
What she's really saying is, stop attacking me, Dad. You're making me feel
but I think it's funny that she has to use his language to like communicate with him, you know,
right?
Like the weird and metaphors and analogies that are sexual.
right.
Ability, that like thing I can go back to. And that was also true of the big tech thing when I was making fun of him. He's putting up his own chats.
Oh my God. Ben's putting up the chats.
We knew that would like happen before.
Right.
Oh, Lord Father.
Which, by the way, is happening. Like they claim, guys, by the way, they claim they're living in different buildings. But does everyone realize that Grace is just on the top right now? Like they have a no contact order. Grace is on the top unit and Ben's on the bottom unit. Like they're not living in separate places.
Yeah, for sure.
Apartments. It's total bullshit. Like maybe they're tricking the cops and saying, well, no, this one at the top has a door.
Separate entrance.
Yeah. But like, come on, they're living together.
Yeah, where is he gonna go? I mean, he's not. I mean, he could be in the RV, like he's not, but he could at least like be in a totally separate place. Go away, you know, like, but he's not. He's just in the same house. He has options. He's not using them to try to make the no contact order easier. So,
yeah.
For the keynote to flow, and please help for me to stop feeling like my back's against the wall because it doesn't make any sense. I really don't want this to happen. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Please help me to be a killer and not this fucking loser. Bye.
I mean, that's a sad prayer. Sounds like he's making her go crazy. That's what I would say.
Yeah, totally.
Like she doesn't seem mentally okay. Like it's funny, but living this life, imagining every day of the person that you're with every day, just mentally throttling you like this, and physically, I guess too. That sounds like awful, right?
Yeah, for sure. They're like, you're not enough. You need to change something, and then she just has to like pray to God for that to happen. I don't think she understands what it is, you know.
Right.
Okay. This is so dramatic for no reason. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Candace Owens, fresh and fit. Gotta take a little break. Jeez. All right. Bye, lol. Okay. Just take a second to take a break. Everybody cool off for a second. All right, jeez. Relax. Candace Owens leaves girls speechless after saying this. Okay, this is the show I want to get on, so let's
so they start to kind of watch the stream.
Okay, go back a little.
Oh God, look at that. Okay, they never really get to the stream, right? And then Ben comes back on.
Decade, and your mother's done it for 2 decades. And
okay, I get that.
Okay, just talk over me. That's respectful. All right.
I'm not respectful. I'm not pretending to be respectful. I don't respect you. I would like to be somebody who respects you. I don't.
Okay. All right. So then you're your mother.
I don't know.
No. My mom said
probably
she
just
respected
from
you.
crying.
She got a restraining order against you. She's a liar.
Right. So you respect me deep down, or maybe not. That's
I respect you deep down. That's why I don't want you to leave.
All right, so shut up. Shut up. I'm trying to help you out. You say, I got this, right? You got on here and you've been fucking up. And I'm not going to tell you anything other than you're fucking up. You're being bougie. You're trying to go, oh, hey, Dad, can I manipulate you into being kind to me?
What? What? Hey,
Yeah.
Dad, can I manipulate you into being kind to me?
So that's
it's like,
the demon, abuse. Really,
Right.
it's this manipulation of Grace to be like manipulating Ben to try to be nicer to her.
wait, what's wrong with wanting your dad to be nice or anyone to be nice to you? She's not harming Ben. In all the stuff we've seen, she only reacts to him when he goes after her. And then she tries to set a boundary, or she kind of like says like, you're fat or something. But here, he's saying, don't even try to make me nice. Don't even try. It's like saying you deserve abuse, in my opinion. You know,
You have to accept the way I am.
Yeah.
You know, and actually learn to appreciate it is, I think, his like bottom line.
Yeah.
In supporting me, even though I basically tried to break your soul over the last 2 days. And my answer is, fuck you. I'd rather die. I'm not doing it. And then you go, oh, let's do this now. And I'm going, there's somebody else here that you need to pay attention to. And you go, who, what? I'm stupid. I was just born 2 minutes ago. Oh,
what?
Oh, God? You're just like your mother. The angels? Oh, the saints? Why did you?
What? So Courtney says, if she was trying to set a boundary, he probably told her to do that, which is why your brain is melting. Oh, so Courtney's saying that you can disagree. You can tell us if we get this wrong, Courtney, that even when Grace is saying, like, chill out, let me cook, like, I'm gonna take you off, he was telling her to do that. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, because I guess he was probably saying like, you need to stand on your own and learn how to do this without me. Like, yeah, like telling her like she needs to do this. And
right. So like she needs to go on Fresh and Fit. She needs to stream by herself. And then he's coming back in to say,
you're a loser.
Right. You're a loser. Yes.
Yeah. And you need me. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay. Thank you, Courtney.
You name them all one by one, you stupid fuck. No, your chat. So stop going, hey, chat, if you feel like it. Oh, but poor me, like, I'm so ashamed. Why? That's what your mother did.
Because I don't want to fake it. That's why. All right. I don't want to fake it.
Are you on a ride? Are we on a ride together? Is it ride or die?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. So why don't you put your pussy behind it, since you like talking shit to everyone else about that? Why don't you put your precious fucking pussy behind something and stop going, I need a minute. I need a minute. I need a minute. No, you don't.
So again, it's look at her face, guys. Look at it. He's making her go crazy. I guess some people would call it gaslighting. It's worse than gaslighting, you know? This is breaking somebody's brain. Like Courtney said, melting.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, there's no defense. There's no what if, but I was acting. This is insanity.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talk to Grace, I've tried to get past, are you and your dad in a relationship? This and that. Okay. Whatever you have is unhealthy, Grace. And she admits, she understands. Yeah, it's unhealthy. It'll just get better if I change. That's what she says to us.
And then it's all me. Yeah.
It's all Grace. Ben's not doing anything wrong. It's just a reaction. Even though all we see is Ben being the aggressor for the most part. Right?
Yeah.
We see Grace being an aggressor when he tells her to harm other people or like take Joey.
Mm-hmm. Or even these false things of stand up for yourself type things that are like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't need another fucking second. Get in the fucking ring and stay in the ring. I don't want you coming out of that ring until your mouth is filled with the necks of every red pill nigga who's talking shit on the internet. And I'm not pulling you out of the ring until that happens.
Her face is just like she can barely speak.
Or I walk.
So the threat is always I walk, because Grace feels if Ben leaves, it's over for her. She is nothing.
Okay. You have to go now because stop scamming. I have to stop scamming.
Yeah, because remember, guys, people are paying.
The timer's already gone off. Like,
right, for Ben
how
to
long
not
he
talk.
should have been there. Yeah.
Right. If you guys could see the chat, everyone was saying you're a scammer, Grace, because they were paying for Ben to not be on cam.
What does that
I'm
mean?
I'm scamming the chat. They donated for you to be gone. We're scamming them. They're not going to donate if it's just a scam.
Okay. All right. So you're your mother. All right. Bye.
I'm not my mom.
Yeah, you're your mother. A demon. Rotten
my God.
loser.
Look at this. Look. Wait, look.
Yeah, he's
This
so
is what-
hurtful and sadistic. This is
Look at this.
sadism. He loves
Look.
it.
He's smiling as she's breaking apart.
This is your daughter.
Like,
This
Keemstar.
it's disgusting.
I know that he doesn't care, but it's just like, dude, for 1 second you could bring this up and talk about this. They didn't. They were like afraid of Ben in some ways. Like, go on a date with a Ben Thorp. I know everyone hates Keemstar anyway, and everyone's like, we're like, Rusty, what do you expect from him? I get it, but I just feel like there's the worst thing in the world to be go on a fake date with Ben Thorp. You know what I mean? Go on. Hey, do you want to go on a date with Ted Bundy? You know what I mean? I know Ben hasn't murdered anyone, but I'm just saying, you want to go on a date with a really awful person as a joke?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't need to get there. We don't need to get there because right now, Ben is laughing at his daughter in tears and falling apart. That's what he's doing.
After he called her a demon and all these
and Courtney.
awful things.
Rusty versus Keemstar in a box back. Thank you, Riza. I'll put that one on the list of. I wish you could do that. I'll get in shape for that one.
I'm gonna get it
Give
together.
me a fucking break.
Okay,
Do you
I'm
believe
sorry.
I don't
this?
think
Do you believe yourself? You're such a loser. What?
Okay, I'll try
a
to get it
loser.
together. I'll get it together.
No,
I'll get it
you're
together.
RD. Why don't you be RD's side piece?
Oh, this was
Here we
so
go.
weird.
All right. Here we go. So he's saying you're crying. So for some reason, me and Amelia come to Ben's mind, which is that I guess look, they say, I think we represent maybe the other side, which is the other point of view to them. So it's like saying, oh, do you want to go with those people? They're evil. You know,
Yeah.
you don't want.
I'll get it
And
fucking
say, like,
together.
I love anal sex almost as much as Amelia does.
Dude.
Let's do satanic rituals together. And
I mean, I think there's something wrong with Ben for being obsessed with
Disgusting.
like her sex life. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Ben seems
I
to be
do
really
too.
obsessed with sex and other people's wives' bodies. We've never talked about Grace like that. That's all I can say.
anal sex for RD. That's your nigga. That's your coach. RD, come on and
fuck
coach
off.
Grace.
Shut
Tell her
the
about
fuck
how Satan is her
up!
dad.
I mean, Ben's disgusting. He's just obsessed with people's sex lives. I mean, whatever.
What a loser.
Even Grace is bummed out and upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah, that's all you can say.
Awful.
It's creepy. It's creepy
I'm not doing
behavior.
what my mother did. I'm not doing this. I don't give a fuck what that fat loser has to say.
Look, once again, she called Ben a fat loser. She's
That's all you
put a
have.
boundary up. Right.
Yeah, that's all you
Let's
can
watch
use.
this fucking princess and Candace Owens on this fucking show.
Where is that?
Dissipated as a person. She wasn't there anymore.
No.
She never re-engaged.
No. When you say, I'm going to get myself together, that means there are now how many people?
Oh,
Good
yeah,
point.
2. She's consulting with the devil.
Who is the other person?
The devil.
The devil, who is your enemy, but you think is your friend. Maybe he's your father. Certainly your mother's father right now.
So Courtney's father is the devil. Grace is a demon in her. This is the same usual stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, you can
Very
say,
weird
well, but I
behavior.
just need to talk to him a little
Yes,
bit more.
always weird and sexual.
Okay. So that's that. If that's your resolution and you keep saying stupid shit like that, then I get it.
All right. I don't want any space. I don't want space. I don't want to
Why
get
don't you
myself
put
together.
your fucking mascara pen down for a second and be respectful?
Well, okay. All right.
You don't need to paint your face like a whore.
Jesus.
yeah.
Right? He tells her to put on makeup, by the way.
He already did in this
Right.
in this stream.
Right. He tells her to put on makeup and then calls her a whore when she puts on makeup. More sexual stuff, by the way.
All right.
So wait, your dad tells her all the time, put on makeup, you look like a boy, you look like masculine. He said that to her before. Look pretty. And then you look like a whore, you're disgusting. So no way of being for Ben is okay.
For Grace.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's
Sorry, for
no
Grace.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way to be that will be pleasing or acceptable for Ben at any one point of time, you know.
Yeah. And then he says, "Yeah, you're acting like a whore, but write slut on your face, no makeup though." You know what I mean? Like, it's insane. It makes no sense.
Let me degrade you, you know.
Right.
But don't like do things for yourself. Do
Right,
them for
don't-
me. You know,
Right.
that's what it is.
Right.
And you
Okay.
can sit there and go, that really hurts my feelings.
I
A
don't
killer
care.
doesn't give a fuck about shit like that.
I don't care.
Yeah, you do. Because you played your little
Mm-hmm.
routine.
No, I was just saying you're okay.
No. You're either going to bury me, and I do pray for the Lord, and the Lord does listen to me.
What?
Abel.
Also crazy
He's
shit. The
schizophrenic.
Lord, right.
He has like schizophrenic-esque beliefs in God and Jesus and himself as being one and the same or something.
Yeah.
I don't
At the
know.
end of his, after maybe you're the ultimate Cain, and you will slay me on the field after saying you're my friend, and I will perish, and you can spend the rest of your life with the mark of Cain on your head, just like your mother's planning to do.
He's a martyr.
I mean, it's just fucking crazy shit.
Or you can not do that, because you won't answer a question honestly.
Okay, sure.
I've suggested to you that instead of going like, I got this, that you bring someone up here. I've said it 2 or 3 times, and you're like, yep, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. Okay, so
Okay.
I think you should do that. I think you should say, I don't want some person who lacks emotional range to come up here and go, oh, God, so you really should do.
Okay,
You
I hear
want
you.
an ally who's not your dad.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's so tiring.
Right? If you watch Red Pill shows, the women on there
So then she tries to talk about the point, which is, I hate red pill shows or whatever
who
bullshit.
are the whore is like a Red Pill fanboy.
Okay,
so he
Lalo
actually
goes
does
up.
kind of represent this position, and he actually consumes Red Pill content and thinks that's how you deal with women. So it's kind of an insight into
Okay, some of this is just, we'll move past.
Acid
You don't
Ben.
remember? So you're not a killer, Grace. Wait, you forgot something from 5 minutes ago? You're not a killer, Grace. Okay? You're
No,
like
we
the
were
guy
saying
from the
you
Bible.
you said Myron knows how to handle women.
By the way, Lalo's been excommunicated apparently from the Casa Thorp, but I'm sure he'll be back. Grace.
That's not the first time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff. There's some stuff with Lalo. Okay, we get Lalo leaves.
Thank you, Ethan. Thank you for the $5. Hi, Grace. I'd recommend Indeed. Great place to apply for jobs. Thank you. I don't need Indeed if I go on Fresh and Fit and do a good job. Now, I want
So look, she's saying, I don't need a job if I go on Fresh and Fit and blow away everyone.
to hear from the chat. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you think that my take on Fresh and Fit so far is making sense. Put a 2 if you think not. But
Okay,
like
so
if they just interacted with a
So
normal
the point that you guys should really get from this is really Grace tries to do what her dad wants, which is, I'm going to get on Fresh and Fit. I'm going to be a killer. I'm going to like figure out what they want. And I'm going to argue with Fresh and Fit why the red pill ideology is bad and blah, blah, blah. It's
So
pretty boring.
we don't have to get jobs. Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't have to get jobs, which is the funny part. You're right, Amelia. Yeah. Grace hates when people try to make sense and save her. Yes. Yes. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I would say Grace is a product of Ben's degeneracy. He his weird fucked up desire to control and possibly allegedly be in an incestuous relationship with his daughter and abuse her and his whole family
And
allegedly.
beat the morality or any kind of social norms out of her. Yeah.
And her identity also. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Everything is sculpted by Ben, and
Right. Yes.
she mirrors him. She's a creation of his in a lot of senses.
Right. And people are, you know, anyway, here.
Would you say that to a man?
Okay, so they keep talking. She talks to this guy based Hawaiian who donated like $700 or $800 to her. There was a whole thing about how she needs to stop smoking cigarettes. And then let's get back here. So they keep arguing. She keeps trying to do what he wants.
Yeah, that's true. We didn't really agree. No.
Why is there a pause button? All right, Grace. Let's respond to Based Hawaiian and on a kind of global level.
Okay, this is kind of boring. They're doing okay.
And I think we need to start being friends on stream and being a team.
Okay.
You and me and chat.
Okay, so look, this is the thing Ben always does, guys, which is everything's okay now. We're gonna jump into the water and be reborn like they did in Florida. You know, we're good. Everything is good, you guys. I'm not mad at you. Let's just have fun. That's what Ben always says.
Yeah.
Have fun. Let's look. You guys doing this. Like, let's just be.
Yeah.
Let's
Everything
be one with
can
chat.
be easy now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be calm. Peace,
And the
bro.
Lord.
Yeah. And how many times has Ben done this? Like 1,000 or more.
Let's cook it together, and let's not keep being crazy.
Let's cook it together.
Where's the guy's gonna debate me? Where are you?
Ben thinks that if he provides food for himself, that he has no reason for a woman.
She's laughing about Ben, about the fact
All right,
that
Grace,
he's
you're
obsessed
not
with
gonna
food.
do what I say. Like,
Look, he got mad because Grace. Right. Look what Courtney just said. The olive branch check. Yeah. Yeah. You know, he's mad because she laughed at him some joke about how he always has to have food given to him by women.
let me just tell you something.
Yeah.
That comes from saints.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody thinks this isn't true, but it's true. You know how you show love for another human being?
Action.
You okay.
Ooh.
Okay, but okay. Action. Okay. Here's what you do. You don't just get around to responding to them, to their needs like a poor person. You jump. You show
leap to
like,
me, leap to my feet.
And I get what you're saying. Like, I'll just kick you in the nuts a few more times because I'm a good like whatever. I like doing like, you know, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's saying because you laughed at that joke about how I always have to serve you food, you're kicking me in the nuts.
Yeah.
What? It shows disrespect?
Yeah, it just shows, her disloyalty, her disrespect, her own autonomy.
Right. And that, because for Ben, like he just said, showing love is doing exactly what someone asks immediately.
But not just because they asked you to, but because you really want to, because it's like your duty. It's the way you serve God or something like that in his head.
Right. Like serving him snacks whenever he asks. You guys don't understand.
Because in his, like, in these definitions, like, I can't help but to think, like, in his mind, these are all what marriage represents as, like, what your wife does for you, not because it's something she should do. It's because she wants to serve God by serving her husband and being loyal to him and stuff.
Right.
I don't know. It just feels like that. Like,
right. Yeah.
He's always describing this kind of like Christian ideal of like a marriage that they should have between themselves, where Grace is totally like his wife, you know?
Right. And I would respond to Rosalind. I don't know what you mean exactly, but yeah, like his version of respect is a thing for narcissistic people. Of course, true relationships and family and love, we have respect for each other. But it's his fucked up
undying respect.
Right. It's his mutated version of respect.
Yeah, for sure.
His toxic version of respect. See, Courtney says it's setting up a standard that she can't possibly meet because it's never good enough for him.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You know it.
Because you're not going to say, like, I actually love my dad. Because that's embarrassing. So you're going to kick me in the nuts a few more times and then come in here and, like, act like a butt fuck. Okay? I get it.
No, Dad. Dad, are you leaving? Don't leave, Dad. Look, okay.
The way he's
You're
searching
like,
for the button. Yeah. Let's see.
Okay. All right, I'll come down. I'm bringing the tea.
Oh, look.
down. Okay.
She's gonna bring the computer
You
down.
want to keep
to him.
streaming down there though? Can we just figure this out, please?
After he was like, you need to jump to.
Please, can you come back? Or are we gonna keep?
Right.
Do you want to end the
Now
stream?
she's
I'm not sure what
pleading.
you want to do. Okay, I feel like you said let's keep streaming, but
Okay. So what is the question now?
well, to get you food, like we don't really have a lot of food, so I would go to like Tom's Market or something,
Okay.
and like I don't want
Okay,
you
but
to.
okay, but I didn't say that. Okay, so forget it. You're not listening. Bye.
Wait, so this is insane. Look at her. She's so confused. He said, I'm hungry. I want food. And she's like, look, we don't have food here. And I have to go get the food, you know?
Yeah.
And then he's like,
Practical.
you don't get it. You don't get it. So again, she's completely confused. She doesn't know what's going on. Or
Because
what
this
she did.
practical issue has turned into an emotional one where
Yes.
it's like unresolvable.
Right.
Ah, and this is all this emotional deal of hers. She
Mhm.
can't get past.
Right. It doesn't need to be emotional. Hey, I'm hungry. Can we get food? Yeah, I'll go to the store. I should turn the stream off. Yeah, you do that.
Mhm.
What? Or, hey, think about this. And this one would be crazy for Ben. Hey, Ben, what if you went to the store while I kept streaming and got
Mhm.
food? I know that's like psychotic for
It's
Ben.
out of
That
the
would
question. Don't even mention this. Rusty,
yeah,
what are you
that
talking
option.
about?
that isn't love, right? Because love is jumping up and doing what one asks.
Mhm.
Right.
Without question. She shouldn't be thinking about the how. She should just know it
Do it.
already and
Right.
do it.
Because otherwise it's kicking Ben in the balls. So we're building up to her about to be being kicked and abused, assaulted. The cops have charged Ben with domestic assault, by the way.
Bye. No, come on. I really do love you, Dad. Come on. I want to help. I just don't want to be a butt fuck and go down there with the laptop and keep streaming. I'm not sure what we're doing. Can we just work it out? I don't want to just come down there
She's
with the
begging him.
laptop and just be like, okay, let's keep going. I want to get you some food.
Because I think at this point, if
the place warm.
if your confusion started getting emotional, he's gonna start, being like, you're this victim of me and stuff like that. So she tries to be like, I don't know, play it cool or whatever, even though she knows exactly why he's mad and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I miss you too.
Okay, so you're a buffoon. I asked you to do something, and then I said, doing something quickly rather than slowly is a way of showing love. And so you're just gonna stay up. Just stay up there. Stay up there, and do what
do
you're
it quickly
doing. Bye.
rather than slowly is a
Right.
form of love.
Right. So look, okay, here we are, guys. This is the clip you've all seen that we just watched. She goes down there.
'Cause-
look, look what good distinction said. This is random. I think I'm gonna team up with RD and try to save Grace. Look, I'm not trying to save Grace. Amelia's not trying to save Grace. I just want Grace to be away from Ben because I think Ben is unhealthy for her. Super simple. That's that's the basic version of all of it. And I think these videos, like we've always said, are for other people to have a kind of more detailed approach to what's wrong with Ben and Grace, aside from just locale podcast. Here's a crazy clip. What do you guys think? LOL. Anyway, let's keep looking. So what we all need to realize, you can add on to this, baby, is Grace and Ben were fighting. Grace was pushing back. Ben was melting her brain, as Courtney put well. Two things at once. They do a little bit of what he asks. They stream a little bit about red pill shit. Then he asks for food. And again, he's like, get me food, but also don't end the stream. And it doesn't make any sense,
Yeah.
Most people didn't know about Grace to the Lookout. That's good. I mean, that's chill. I'm not trying to diss people finding out about them. I'm glad people are finding out about the person that Ben is. Maybe that'll help Grace leave. I just think their methods I don't like them as much, but I get that that's just what Keemstar does. Anyway.
It's gonna echo because that that stupid thing. You can't turn the audio all the way off.
All
right. You said you were cold. It's 67.
She's trying to take care of everything. Look, he won't even get out of bed to change the.
Grace.
He's like, I'm
Yeah.
cold. He's
We're on-
like 2 feet
Yeah.
away from the thermostat.
Well, right. You guys realize, like, for the new people, I don't know if you know this, but Ben is known for not getting out of bed.
He clearly doesn't. Yeah.
Apparently, it's known that Ben has laid in bed for like weeks, like not getting out, using a
Months.
bedpan.
I've heard
That's
months.
what I think Courtney might have said months, but like apparently he would just use a bedpan to go to the bathroom, and like he would eat in bed, and he would just lay in bed, which I know
with crumbs and
everywhere.
feces and like whatever
Well,
else.
I don't know
is in
about
there.
feces, but yeah.
Well,
yeah.
that apparently is what happens to sheets. There's just traces of like shit and
Or
stuff
piss.
like that if you don't like
Right.
clean it. It's disgusting.
Right. Right. Okay,
But,
so Grace, so Ben is just lying there. Grace is okay. Let's
Stream
keep
right
going.
now.
Yes, we are.
Okay. I want you to ask this. I want to ask you this question.
Okay.
Do I feel safer with a camera on me around you
Yes, you do.
than with a camera not on me?
Yes, you do.
Is that for good reason?
Yes, I'm crazy.
You're legitimately incredibly dangerous
Yes.
to me.
Yep.
Okay, so Grace is
baby.
dangerous. Guys, do you see
What a
this?
pussy.
Grace is the one that's dangerous, not Ben. Grace is dangerous.
He fears for his life.
Right. Has anything you guys have seen made it seem like Ben is in danger, mentally even? I personally don't see anything. And just in terms of their relationship.
Is that a joke?
It's not a joke. It's funny, but it's not a joke. It's
Look, so even though she knows it's funny that that Grace is dangerous.
serious. Just X out of the tab. Close out of the tab, no?
That's a good point, Alfred.
Oh.
The tab.
You must be on it on Safari.
I
or something.
understand. I like that's what. Okay, this is a larger point, Grace.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's be honest and say this: do you feel safer on or off stream? You.
Off stream.
Okay.
I disagree. I don't know if Courtney has any thoughts, but I think that Grace feels safer on stream. But that's just me.
What does that tell you? That little bit of math.
That I am like abusive, or I like to have
You're
control.
protected from public view,
Yeah.
and you prefer that
Yeah.
to being held accountable, like to the standards of basic human decency, which are on the internet are minimal.
Yeah.
I feel like those standards protect me.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you saying that because you're being obedient?
No, I'm.
What? What did he say? Obesient?
Obedient? I don't know what that means.
Well, yeah.
I'm just saying I would rather the stream
Why
was
don't,
off
why don't I
because
talk
I feel
to you?
humiliated.
Why don't we do this? I'll talk to you through the screen. That way, you're not like alienating the chat.
All right. Grace is a content cooker. She doesn't prefer on stream. Yeah, that's true.
All right, Grace. If you and me and chat are a team,
Yeah.
okay, then maybe you having a weird interaction and laughing strangely about a chat that I can't see.
Oh, so he doesn't like that. He doesn't like that she laughed about a chat he couldn't see. That makes him feel like he's being
Left
laughed
out.
at, right? Out of
Yeah.
control. You know,
He's
not
the butt of the joke.
right, or that he isn't in control of the situation, right?
And maybe we need to like have social skills, like we're all in the same room.
He uses the word "have social skills" in a very weaponized way. When he means social skills, it could just mean whatever he wants. You know what I mean? Her to do.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I just asked you if you could look at me through the screen. You decided to look straight at me and turn the back of your head to chat.
I'm just used to looking at you. I'll look at you this way. I'm sorry. It's
Okay.
stupid.
So, or are we kind of a threesome here?
Yeah, we are.
Why do you say yeah?
He wants her to say yes.
Yes. Everything, and I mean everything Grace is doing in this situation is her trying to figure out which way to act to stop Ben from doing this to her. Okay. That makes total sense here. Right.
Does.
She's just trying to figure it out. What do I do to make you calm down? And right. Thank you, Courtney.
That's rude.
It's not rude. It's what normal people say. Yes. When I say yes, it's like
You're
it's
saying
too
yes?
forced.
You're saying to me, yes. It's too formal for you.
It's not.
Look, she can't say yeah. He does
Yeah.
this thing where the abuse or the control becomes so insane that her even uttering a word is incorrect.
Yeah.
Like I hate to harp on it, but it's nonstop. You know,
Too formal for me.
It's
It's
just
I've turned
nitpicking.
it
It's meaningless bullshit. It's just
Right.
like, why is this emotional for Ben? Why is he getting so hurt by these things, hypothetically hurt or whatever? He's angry.
Right.
But yeah.
Right.
into this thing. So I say yeah, just to say like, okay, I'm just being real.
If
I'm
a
just being
judge
who I
asks you a
am.
question and you say, yeah, what's the judge going to say?
They're gonna say you're being disrespectful.
Okay.
True.
I'm your father. You
Yeah.
say you respect me. Yeah. Right. That's what you're going to say. Yeah.
I don't
So he's comparing himself to a judge, like he's the god, he's the judge.
respect you. I don't treat you with respect.
Okay, but do you respect me deep down?
Yes.
Okay. So then why do you refuse to treat me with respect superficially?
I don't know, but I should
Okay.
stop doing that.
Okay. So you want to stop doing it.
Yes.
So how are you a victim of me saying, please don't say yeah to me?
I'm not a victim of that. You're right.
Guess what I want to do right now?
Punch me.
Whoa! So she
Yeah.
already knows he wants to hurt her.
Yeah.
Look, guys, how long is it before he actually ends up punching her with his foot? In my opinion, at least, she even knows he's that mad.
Nope.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to smoke a cigarette.
Okay.
Oh, he wants to smoke a cigarette.
All right.
Because that's how this works.
What?
Okay.
Doesn't make any sense.
I feel like he was gonna say,
Yeah.
I do want to hurt you,
Sorry.
or you're driving me to homicidal rage, or whatever. Because that is the correct answer, obviously.
Because that's how this works. What?
All right. Now, let's be honest with Chad, because a lot of them are saying Ben's a abuser, blah, 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 right?
Yes.
Is it time for us to correct the lies that you have spread on the
Mhm.
internet
Here we go.
about our relationship through your behavior, or do we want to
Through your behavior. The
So
lies
again-
that you've spread about our relationship with your behavior.
Mm-hmm. Right. Again, it's even though honestly Grace has never come out with anything, I don't think somehow what he's really saying is I treat you so terribly, Grace, that when you cry or act or
Afraid
even
of me,
afraid,
of my reactions.
then it's your fault for making me look bad. You've been lying. It's like punching someone in the face or kicking them and saying, because you acted that way and you cried and you freaked out and people were like, wow, that's bad. You're feeding them lies. It's schizophrenic.
And also
right?
driving me to do these things to make me look
Right.
like that.
Right.
It's
Was
your fault.
Riza? Yeah. Riza says, read chat, look at me, respond to what I'm saying, tell me what chat is saying, answer this question, don't interrupt me. Why are you responding quickly enough? Grace! Yes, Riza, great point. You can't do it. And also, don't say yeah. Remember?
Do not say yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
time to kill that. To stop that.
But when you say that, you want to say it in a voice that can barely be heard, right?
It's time.
But if you want to oppose me, you'll say it in a nice big voice, right? You'll put your pussy behind me, right?
Yes.
But if I say to you, like, hey, do you want to stop telling lies? You go, yeah.
Don't say yes. Don't say okay. Don't laugh at me. Get food. Stop acting like a victim. Yeah, it's fucked. It's awful.
Yeah.
So it's
Yes.
inaudible.
Yes. Yep. You're right. Okay, I'll stop it. Okay.
Yes, not yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So no yep. No yeah. It's yes. Gosh,
Yeah.
I don't want to get into our stuff, but just like when you want to talk about like control or whatever, this is
He says it all the time, but he tries to
Right.
be like, this is I'm the submissive, I'm in a BDSM relationship or whatever.
that he's that Ben's being
Yeah, but
beaten or
controlling
whatever.
language is totally this. Yeah, it's fucked up.
He's
It's
disciplining
so-
and punishing her.
Yeah.
And it's fucking
and it's so meticulous
yeah.
and
yeah.
arbitrary.
And arbitrary. That's the
Yeah.
ultimate word for it. Yeah.
Which makes it feel like sadism.
Because
right?
it is.
Yeah.
'Cause it is sadism in our opinion. It is sadistic
It
in
is.
our opinion.
Here's the story. Here's the question. I'm either a big fat baby who's narcissistic and selfish, or I'm someone who's utterly exhausted from being brutalized for 52 years by a combination of my
52
mother,
years?
your mother, and you.
So he's brutalized by all these women. Oh my god, he's the ultimate victim, as Ben would say. There's some
But
stuff.
yet he's the real man. He's a real man.
Yeah. I don't know if Grace likes all these nitpicking orders. She likes being controlled. I don't think so. I disagree, just a guy. Grace likes to feel like a mindless robot. I just disagree with that.
I don't think she has the context outside of this relationship to understand the comparison of a life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think we have the ability to say, oh, she would be like this if she left, or do this if she left, and she'd just fall apart and destroy her life anyway. I don't think we have any evidence for that, since there's no examples of Grace actually living independently from Ben and how she was then and how she is now, you know?
Yes.
With almost no, and it sometimes both you and your mother at the same time.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
If you want everyone to go, well, I don't know what it is, and ha ha ha, right?
Mm-hmm. I do that. Yeah. Yes, I do that.
Okay. Do you know what the truth of that is?
Yeah, I know that you've been abused, and you've been really generous to me, and I've acted like a victim of it and portrayed myself as a victim. And I've gotten attention from people from acting like a victim instead of just being
you're
positive
making it
with
seem
you.
like a speech that you've been brainwashed into saying.
I actually thought it was just. I don't think it came across like that because I was just
Now
saying
we're gonna
that.
spend a lot of time doing this because this is what you do instead of. This is what the routine is, right?
But I meant that. I just said I meant that. You've been really generous to me, and I've portrayed myself as a victim.
Why do you say it like it's a speech that we?
Thanks, you are the cosmos. I didn't know that. Thank you.
Why don't you say it like it's normal, and like someone would say 2 + 2 = 4?
All right, you've been a really nice guy, and I have been sort of having problems that I've
You're a really nice
You've been
guy.
so generous with me.
I don't know about that one. I don't think so. Yeah.
had with mom and stuff that I've taken out on you, and also
Yeah.
acting like my life is
that
too
true
difficult.
or blah blah blah? Is that true, or is that like I wanted to make it look like I've been programmed?
That's true. That is true.
Does that embarrass you?
Yes.
Okay, so you're a victim of that? You don't like people pointing that out.
It embarrasses me. I prefer to be seen as a victim. It embarrasses me, yeah.
So it causes you shame to have abused.
Humiliation.
Yeah. Wait. What is this? So she's saying I like to be viewed as a victim. Because she's telling him what he wants to hear. Like Courtney's saying, she's just trying whatever she can.
She's
to
saying yes. Because if you say even
then he goes. He's pissed. Yeah.
It does. Shouldn't it?
No. You don't get. Are you kidding me? You get to abuse someone and then feel like I don't like people saying that about me.
Oh my God. It's like Ben gets to take all the stuff he knows people think about him and project it onto Grace. Think about it. Think about beating someone to an inch of their life and then saying, you love that people think of you as a victim, don't you? You are so sadistic and awful. It's so fucked up, you know?
Yeah, for sure. He has no way
I'm
to
not
What shame?
Shame is saying I did something wrong. And
You should be fucking ashamed of yourself.
see
I know,
that.
I
Yeah,
am
you're
sure.
right. I think it is this projection of embarrassment or shame onto your victim. So you don't have to deal with this remorse. It's a lot easier to control people in that way by making them take all of that blame, take all of that shame for what they've done to you, you know?
Right.
ashamed. I am ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed of myself.
Ben, in my opinion, doesn't
Well,
have
actually,
that
no,
ability
though,
to
right?
like feel embarrassed or ashamed.
What?
Oh no, yeah, not at all.
Objectively, it's shameful the way you've treated.
I would say, yeah.
Unbelievably.
But I
shameful.
did, yeah.
But it wasn't your fault.
Well, I would say I participated in it, but there were a lot of patterns.
I understand what you're saying. It seems inconsistent. I agree with it. And I'm tired. This is part of the problem.
Yes.
Your mother said, I don't want you bringing up the ways in which I've abused you, Ben.
Yeah.
And she
What? I don't want you bringing up the ways in which I've abused you.
also didn't want you bringing up the way she's abused you.
Oh,
Do
Yes.
abusers have the right to say, like, hey, wait a second, don't you dare embarrass me?
so he's saying, you know, you were abused by your mother, and you get to talk about her abusing you. So I should be able to talk to the chat about how much you abuse me. It's just more insanity.
Mm-hmm.
No.
What takes time to figure that out?
I.
The answer is no.
The answer is no.
Absolutely goddamn right.
Yes.
No, you have no right. No right.
Yes.
You behave shamefully, anybody can talk about it.
Yes.
If there's a reason you behave that way,
Yeah, you know what, Ben? People can talk about abusers. People can. That's what I think. That's what we're doing. So yeah, it's not going to be hidden. People are going to discuss it, no matter what Ben would like for us to just agree with him. But yeah, people are going to discuss it, and people are going to judge you if you do it on camera. I mean, that's what I think was so insane about the Shamu stuff. Was that? I mean, what's so great about the documentaries is like Ben was showing all of this shit on stream for the world to judge, even though he doesn't want the world to judge it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's what gives it this even stranger, weirder level of tech.
okay, they should mention that too. But
Well, the ego
you don't get to
Right,
is
right.
beyond like anything ever seen or something
Right.
like that. You know?
He's one of the biggest egos ever. Yeah.
victim
Yeah.
of them saying, I've been abused.
Yeah. Right. I don't.
Oh,
I've been like really.
No. You've been doing that.
I've been acting like a victim of you. That's true. I act like a victim of you. I act like you're too mean to me. I act like you're harsh on
Okay,
me.
whatever. I don't want to hear your big speeches. Okay, now
Oh, look, Ben organized those chords really well, guys. Look how smart he is.
you
He's
are
stimming
clear
right
about
now.
this, right?
He's
To
like
myself,
angry and tired.
Because I'm not clear to the stream. But you mean like personally? Am I clear about this?
Everyone like
Alright,
the
so
stream
don't
if you can.
understand Basic English sentences. It's all a fucking runaround.
It's not a runaround.
It's all a runaround. So you're saying you're exhausted on a level that like almost no other human being on earth has ever experienced. And what I'm going to do is when that person who's that exhausted says, "Are you
Thanks,
clear
Court.
about that?"
Court.
What you're going to do is cause me to have to clarify that.
I'm sorry. I'll stop it.
Yeah.
I'll stop it. I'll stop it. I'll
Now
stop
you're
it.
going to get crazy and make me feel crazy. I never have.
Again, it's like how does Grace just be? How does she exist in this moment? What's the right way?
I love you very much, and I'm sorry that I'm acting like this. I'm clear that I have been like crazy. I am clear about that. I was crazy yesterday. I was super crazy. I thought I totally could like never do anything with you ever again. I really did mean that. And I'm sorry for being self-indulgent.
Okay, so let's try it again. Are you clear about that?
Yes.
Okay, is that hard to answer?
No.
Was
So
it hard to answer when I
culty.
asked it a couple minutes ago?
No.
So why did you answer it that way?
Because I am running around.
Okay, so what you decided to do or whatever couldn't help but doing.
Yes.
is
Yes, Bajan.
An exhausted person who's asking you whether you're clear. That they're exhausted.
Yes.
Okay, this borders on utter insanity, don't you think?
Yes,
In a
I
minor
do.
way.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
Now, What situation does that put you in?
Again, all of this is like that's the other element. There's like the media and technology element, there's the abuse element, and then there's the cult element.
The cult, yeah.
It's the way that he speaks to you is like
This ideology. Yeah.
Right. They talk about a cult that like pulls your identity and who you are as even a person apart. So you can only exist with the leader telling you robotically how to exist. You know what I mean?
And when you think and stuff, like your thoughts and stuff should be accounted for by you to not betray, you know, this like whatever you're in, you know.
Right.
That puts me in a situation where I'm kind of saying like, okay, I'm being extremely defensive, even though I know that like, so like I know you're coming.
No, we don't need a big fucking speech.
Okay, yeah, Ben. Also, notice Ben got under the covies. He's under covers. He wants to be all warm and
It puts you in a worse situation. Why?
Because I did something worse to you. Like I've been running you around.
I made an exhausted person, an utterly exhausted person, more exhausted, who was asking for you to clarify that you've exhausted him.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Now you're in a little bit of a deeper hole than you were in before.
Yeah.
Guess what you can do now?
Freak out about that and despair?
Yeah. And who did you see do that over and over, over and over and over?
I wonder who Bei Jen is. They seem to really be getting into this, Amelia. I don't know.
What's going on?
I don't know. I'm wondering if Bei Jen is Ben or something. Maybe I'm just being paranoid.
Over and over and over.
Yeah, I see.
And over 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 again for 4 years.
Mom.
Just a granny in Northern Ohio. Okay, well, sorry. We get paranoid in here sometimes. We don't know. All right. Thanks for letting us know. We don't know. Recovering from eye surgeries. All right. Anyway, let's go back to this loop.
And how did you feel about when your mother did that? Over and over.
What the fuck?
Okay.
And over again.
I felt like it was crazy. Like she was crazy, and every day I was like, maybe I can't.
No. How did you feel about it? I felt like she was crazy? No. How did that make you feel to have someone do that?
I was really angry at her.
Right, because you think it is what type of behavior? Good, medium, or horrible?
Yeah, I mean, this is what's fucked up is
and yet you're doing.
Yeah,
all the things that she's doing, he's programmed her to fight with Courtney about and even abuse her over.
Yeah.
And it attacked Courtney for him on his behalf for being like how Grace is acting and stuff. So
yeah,
I don't know. She just all automatically understands how to justify Ben's actions towards her. Like if you kick me and stuff, it makes sense because I was acting like Courtney and I've hit Courtney because I've seen how it will drive people to that violent level. And it's their fault.
I mean, to me, watching this, when I watch this, it makes me like want to just like my mind. I'm losing my mind here too. You know what I mean? Just hearing it.
Yes.
Okay. So you have a problem. But so far, for the better part of a decade, what have you done as an alternative? What is your response been to her doing that towards me?
It's like a combination
super
of
quick about it,
lashing out at her and also like
towards me. I asked you a question. Listen to the fucking words. You saw her doing that.
Yes.
And now it's been the better part of a decade. And since October, she really hasn't just said shit.
Yeah.
You say you witnessed her behaving in this way, which you thought was almost one of the worst things a human being can do to another human being.
Yes.
Is to cause that human being evil and then claim to be the victim.
Yeah.
So Ben is saying that Courtney caused evil and claimed to be the victim, which I think is total insanity. This interaction is mental torture for Grace. Yes,
For
it's mental torture for us.
Yeah, I feel it too.
I believe she has I could be wrong. I believe she has a 10th grade and I think part of 9th grade or part of 11th grade education, but yes, she never got her high school diploma.
Of that human
And I believe that is Ben's fault, by the way, in my opinion.
reacting rationally and saying, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Okay. But what have you done?
I lashed out at you because I was so angry at her.
Grace, it's not that complex. It's not as complicated as this. Like, you want to do this thing.
Oh my god. All right. I might have to fast forward it a bit. I thought we could just go through it all, but okay, let's just go right before the kick.
A serious human being.
So we know what's kind of been building up, which is like this insane Grace, you're the torturer, you're the evil person. Grace, you tried to defend yourself and push me off the streams, and now you're getting it from me. I'm tearing your brain apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is all a
serious
punishment.
human being would just have like a sort of neutral face, like, okay, I understand. I'm gonna take this
So her face is incorrect too, by the way.
seriously.
So she's trying to be like exactly how he wants her to be.
Okay.
But okay, it wouldn't be someone who's looking like they're afraid and they're sad, which is what you're doing.
Yeah.
So Grace isn't
She's looking too, yeah.
She's looking too sad because the chat and probably any person that has any soul in their body is reacting like this guy is being really mean.
Yeah, I am doing that. Yeah, it's bullshit. I am doing
You're
that.
bullshitting. You know, you're on camera. You're
Yep.
sitting there and making it look like you're a victim when you've been doing this for the better part of a decade. But for now, a year and a half on YouTube, I fucking hate it and you love it, right?
Ben's little head in the corner of the screen makes me giggle. Grace is
Here come the tears.
Keep doing
Here
it.
come the tears from baby.
I stopped myself from crying. I stopped.
Oh, but that's perfect, isn't it? That's even better.
Because he knows that like, oh look, you're gonna cry, it's gonna make me look bad. God damn it, now he's really mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's garbage though.
No,
I
that's
don't
even better performance. You look like you're gonna cry, and then you hold back because you're so afraid of daddy doing something to you.
All right, so there it is. So I feel like it took us an hour and a half, but I think it's important for everyone to see where this all came from, where it built up from, which was hours and hours of Grace pushed back a little. And what Courtney says, in her opinion, he probably told her to do the solo, to do the stream solo, to push back at him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he
gets punished.
Right. She gets punished for that. She calls him names. He laughs at it. Then he says, we're gonna be friends. You know, she tries to do what he asks, right? And then in the last what was this? Like the last 30 minutes or so, he completely dissects her psyche.
Mm-hmm.
She says, yeah, that's incorrect. She says, yep, that's incorrect. You know, she looks wrong. She reads the chat. And then finally, he makes her cry. But for him, it's, oh my God, you showed the audience that I'm harming you. So now you have to.
She wasn't, was she crying?
I think she was close to it, but she didn't even do it. And even said that was worse.
Right. Oh, yeah. She said, I stopped myself from crying. Right. I mean, she just, I think genuinely I look at her face, she is shocked by what he did. It wasn't warranted. There wasn't an emotional response that Grace was doing where she was falling victim like Ben was claiming. It goes against like what she knows to be true and what he's saying. And
right, because he actually did something. Yes, it's shocking.
Right?
No, that's literally not why.
All bullshit.
He wants this reaction, you know.
Ben to Halo, the force of the kick, you can hear it.
Yeah, you can hear it. He hit her in the ribs because she kind of goes, ugh. Like there's like a.
It's not a push.
Yeah, when you get like punched in the ribs or something, it can like make you grunt or something because it like pushes air. She like made a sound. It hurt her.
Yeah.
That's literally not why.
Mm-hmm. Look, he broke her. That was what I think he was trying to do.
Yeah.
She's scared and she knows she's going to be blamed for the kick, and she's terrified of what it all means.
True. Yeah, it's a shocking moment that you wish you could take back. She feels it's her fault, and something happened along this line that does relate to how she did this wrong the whole time.
Right.
And it's obvious that he just hit her out of anger for really stupid anger. It doesn't even make any sense. There wasn't anything emotionally involved, and he made it that way. He took it there.
Well, because he hates her, right? He
doesn't
wants
respect
to control her. He wants to destroy her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, like, a father, you don't do this to your child if you truly respect them. You respect their body, when you don't have any respect for your kid, that's how you abuse them, because you don't see them as a person. You see them as an object. And
yeah, and that's what he did from the beginning. We're gonna get into that, by the way. There's this insane part where she talks about him, in my opinion, grooming her. But let's.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't mean to do this.
I agree with you.
The better part of a decade is not a reasonable amount of time for someone to get a hold of themselves.
Okay, but I wanted to get a hold of myself today, and
Whatever.
we were like,
Who cares? Whatever.
I don't want to live without you.
I don't want to live without you, because that's the other thing he holds over his head, that he's gonna leave. He's gonna be left alone, and then she'll be destroyed.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't care if you don't want me to. I don't want to do this. I'm not gonna leave.
Okay. Well, okay. So you said you were going to do something today. You didn't do it, just like your mother, right? But I said.
Okay, I want to go through this. I want to move forward to this part where she talks about what he did for her.
Okay. Really, really miss you, and I don't want to live if you're not in my life. And I don't really care if that's wrong or right. And I meant it. So now me saying, like, me acting the way, like, I told myself, like, I'm just gonna be so grateful if I can just be in his life. And you can believe me or not, but like, I did something. I just was so bad.
She wasn't. She tried to do everything he said.
I know.
We saw it. It's on camera. She wasn't bad.
It was just so bad. It was just like,
I think she's referring
whatever
to what happened before, the day before, whatever they were fighting about. Yeah. And whatever she did to betray Ben. I think that's what she means.
Right.
And then this whole day is just her trying to make up for it, but it just flopped for Ben.
Okay, she's talking about the mystery disc the day before. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
totally.
Yeah.
But I personally, I was like, I am really, really, like, I know I just totally fucked up. I was like, and I don't enjoy this. It might seem like I enjoy this, but I don't think I actually enjoy this, because I just want to be loving and doting. I think I do. And I'm not trying to say like that makes me a great person. I'm just saying, like, I know that I also have pulled some crazy shit. But I just don't understand. Like, I know that, like, I'm acting like, oh, my life's over, but like, I don't think I actually take it seriously. Like, and I don't care if you don't believe me, but
Here, sorry, I was trying to find
YouTube
this one
is the
part.
best place for this, Grace. Look at all the great advice you're getting.
you're realizing 1.5 years later. Well, I think some of it is okay, but okay. Okay, I'm just sitting here. I don't have anything to say, but I do have things to say. Okay. All right.
I'm trying to find this part where she talks about what Ben did for her and essentially talks about being groomed allegedly.
And I don't care if you don't believe me, but I fucked up and I genuinely thought, like, it's over. He trusted me. He believed in me.
Sorry, she's reading
I'm
the chat a
I'm
bunch.
competent in other ways. So just this thing of like, I just oh, I'm so angry. I'm so angry. I'm so angry. On my mom. I don't even know, like, there. And
Okay.
I was
This is it.
so
This is it.
when I started like getting closer to my dad, I was also angry at him because I felt like he kind of left me on my own and he didn't really care about me, and I was very, very suspicious of him.
Okay, so what we're talking about is Grace and a lot of the kids claim that their dad wasn't really around, that a lot of times he would just be upstairs with Courtney in his room. I think kind of doing the thing that he did with Courtney with Grace, right? Where he would talk for all this time. And then they had the Ethiopian restaurant and Abyssinia. And then Grace was kind of had to be in somewhat a babysitter, but either way, it sounds like, and people can correct us, he wasn't that interested in his kids, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't really there all that much. And then what it sounds like, what we believe, our theory, is when Grace turned 15, and she started getting real friends in high school, because we know that from videos Grace has posted that are gone now on her Instagram of like life in high school. She had a group of girlfriends that she really liked, normal stuff teenagers are supposed to do.
And then Ben took in a special interest in Grace.
Right.
Yeah.
And from both Grace and Ben, they said Ben started going out like on dates with her, essentially, for lack of a better term. Like he would go
move the couch into her room.
Right.
Sorry.
He moved the
Yeah,
couch into her room. No, sorry about that. Into
Yeah,
her
yeah.
room so he could talk to her all the time. That's something that they talked about. They would go on like hangout sessions to like restaurants that were BYOB. Apparently Grace is stream sniping this. So this is good for everyone to learn about this stuff. Okay. So they would go out. Ben would get Grace, apparently, this is from Grace, to wear like college outfits, like hats and stuff, so they could I assume, bring beer to restaurants to drink beer. Grace can correct us. In
I
our
thought it was the
opinion,
uniform. The brown uniform.
or like a hat or something. Grace can talk about that. So she even says in another video when she's saying, I was out of the cult and then you brought me back in.
Suspicious that he was trying to rope me back into the family because I had been going to school and kind of got away from them, you know? And then I was afraid that maybe he was like, you know, that my family was sort of this Catholic homeschooled kind of cult that I hated. And I was suspicious that he was, you know, trying to bring me back in, like during the restaurant. But then I realized that my dad actually really cared about me. And that made me bond to him in a way that I don't like. It was like crazy. It was like crack. I was like, oh my.
She says it was like crack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So everything. So she tries to leave the cult. He brings her back and it was like crack. I mean, what else would you call this?
My God, you know, it always been there since childhood, but like, you know, he was like, I had just been very, very, very alone. And I just realized like he actually wanted to hear what I had to say, and he wanted to talk to me, and he cared about my emotions. He would talk through things with me all the time. And he really thought I had been given a bad shake, and, you know, he would treat me to things, and it just really, really seemed like he really cared. And he actually genuinely liked me.
So to me, this is all like
grooming.
Yeah, classic grooming stuff. I mean, in our opinion.
We've made a video about it.
Right, you can watch it. There's another video about the stages of grooming. But so she becomes deeply bonded with Ben, and the way she talks about it, she says it's like crack. She says like a drug.
Yeah.
And he wanted me to be happy. But he would also present me with some, like, you know, some tough truths about our family, and, you know, about how I was handling stuff.
Exactly.
And my sort of avoidance.
It does sound like a boyfriend and not a dad.
Take. And yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't really want to talk. I mostly just wanted to like watch TV with him. And I just wanted to like be really, really close to him. But there's been this whole other strain to the relationship where it's kind of been this thing about like my mom, right? So obviously she got jealous of that, I think, is what happened.
Okay, now we have a reason to show this. I don't know if we're going to show all the screenshots, but they're talking about what it was like, or the relationship before the streaming started between Ben and Grace. And I think this is why, if Ben allegedly started to enter in a sexual relationship, I believe sexual abuse with Grace when she was either 15, which would be illegal in Rhode Island, 16. Is everyone aware that incest is legal in Rhode Island, which is fucking crazy?
And the age of consent, is 16.
Right. So here, John posted this journal entry in Grace's server. I believe it was about a month ago. Oh, hold on. Let me bring it up. You see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, I'm in Photoshop. So anyway, this is John posted this screenshot of his journal from September 27th, and I believe that is 2020 is what he told us. Okay. So let's read it. This is from John. He knows that we're using this stuff. He put it out in public too. The weather today is nice, but it also sucks because it's a kind of dark, but it's also hot and humid. It's one of those days where you want to be inside an air-conditioned room and chilling out, but I'm never going to get to chill out because I'm always angry and anxious. Apparently, I'm a terrible person and need to be cleansed and a better person. I suck and everyone hates me. Where do you think that stuff came from? Who told him that, you think? Anyway, the day seems like it's going to suck. It sucks, and it looks like I'm going to never change. You hear that? Who does that sound like? I'm going to never change. You're going to never change.
Oh, God. Yeah, totally.
I need to, in quotes, I'm assuming Ben's quote, offer more and be more of a man, even though I don't even understand anything anyways. Dad doesn't like me. He wants me to shut the fuck up. You hear that?
There you go. Get
okay.
to the punch. You know, that's the real thing underneath everything.
Right. Apparently, Grace is apparently my mom. And mom is apparently my sister. Because Grace is in love with my dad. She sleeps with him and mocks and corrects my sister, Courtney Thorp. Okay?
Yeah.
You guys see this? Is there any like I'm not trying to harm Grace about this, but I think it's really important that everyone sees the life they were living back in 2020 even.
when
mean-
this was a cult that had to do with John being in it and Courtney being in it, and not just what we are seeing with Ben and Grace. Ben has always been at the head of all of this stuff and orchestrating these conversations that are obviously really drawn out and picking apart people's characters and identities, trying to get them to change fundamentally to prove something for him.
Right. And so,
yeah,
and this was the cult.
this was
the cult, and it was based around Ben allegedly being in a relationship with Grace, a teenager, either 15 or 16. Like, this is before the streaming stuff, you guys. Here it is. This is from John, a teenager, saying that Grace is in love with my dad. She sleeps with him. Do you guys? There's another screenshot that John is saying we can post.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if we should.
I think so.
It's a text message from Grace, and if we post this, I think it will be even more like obvious what happened between Grace and Ben. This isn't to shame Grace. This to me is the idea that what Ben has done to Grace was unfair. That no matter, because Grace and Ben try to make it out like they're just in an alternative relationship,
an unconventional relationship. Yeah.
Right. And that we need to just kind of accept that
we're not progressive enough. Yeah.
Right. That, hey, you and your wife have kinks or whatever, even though we're husband and wife, we've been together 12 years. We love each other. We have a healthy relationship in my opinion. And I don't think it's the same as an incestuous relationship between father.
God, no.
Mother.
Everybody agrees with that.
I think that
some really twisted weirdos who think that BDSM is whatever.
Okay, so let's just go to it. Let's just do it. Here it is. This is a text from Grace to John, or a DM. Sorry. By the way, the physical thing between Dad and I has been resolved. So here it is. This is Grace saying this. I think it was like a month ago. By the way, the physical thing between Dad and I has been resolved. And I don't really know how you can argue this.
Well, I think it's still encrypted in like the language and stuff. I mean, even John pointed that out afterwards. He said, like, why are you using this language to describe it? Why can't you just say this directly?
Right.
Because he knows in his heart of hearts that this is not this true come to Jesus moment about anything, and that it doesn't mean what she's saying it means. And she's also obfuscating with like a certain language, saying the physical thing.
Right.
They of course can do as they wish with what definition that means. And they will. And I think we all understand just based off of seeing and not having to hear it from them or what it means from them or their interpretation of it.
Right. Where's I gonna put it? Jeff, I believe John, aka Jerome Bentley, posted it in Grace's Discord. You're gonna have to search media from Jerome Bentley in her Discord. It should be in there. But if it's not, you can comment on this video and I'll help you. But I'm not putting this out here to be mean, to cause drama. I just think that like putting Ben on like talk shows and laughing and going on fake dates, I think this is like really serious. And I don't think that Grace we know she's in an abusive relationship. We just watched an hour and a half of that. But the fact that she also might be in a kind of incestuous emotionally, or maybe I guess the physical thing is over, I think it's really harmful. And I think Grace is in a better place if it ends.
To me, yeah. And I don't think that the physical aspects of their chaos are over. Clearly, he just kicked her. That's an example of this inappropriate physical thing, that's not resolved. They're too close to each other. he's too close to her. If he gets this angry,
Yeah.
you should figure out a way to be
Mhm.
independent of your daughter.
Right.
But Ben always makes that choice to not be responsible on his end.
Right.
And we all say that, like, what's wrong with you for allowing this closeness to happen in the first place? Whatever you're
Right.
talking about doesn't make sense because you're opting out of any responsibility
Mhm.
of
Right.
saying, this is not right. Of course, we know the opposite is true, that he's been
Right.
behind that the whole time.
Right. And okay, I guess we're gonna move forward. So Ben, the cops come apparently and arrest Ben for domestic simple assault and battery and domestic disorderly conduct.
Mhm.
Did make an assault and battery upon the body of Grace M. Thorp, daughter, in violation of this law. Domestic disorderly conduct, did intentionally, knowingly, or recklessly engage in fighting, threatening, violent, and or tumultuous behavior. So,
That's a lot different than the description that they keep using for, like,
Right.
what he did and, like, the
Mhm.
definition of domestic violence. You don't have to go into it. This is they described it. They tell you what you did,
Yeah. So everyone was like, "Oh, I wonder," Benning. It ended. The stream ended. There was a bunch of fighting. Hormaxer came on. It was kind of like jokey-ish, and then apparently Grace shows up on Hormaxers to say that Ben has been
She wasn't
arrested.
consistent. Like,
So she goes on Hormaxer and she shows this clip of Ben being arrested. Sorry, I just want to. They're gonna comment. Hormaxer's gonna have to comment. Sorry, guys. So
Arrested, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I told you guys that was a fucking joke.
No, Grace. You gotta do what you have to do, Grace. Alright, let's go down. It's mandatory.
But we didn't
Oh, see what he said? He said, be under their law. He said that right there. They don't care then. Under Rhode Island law, if there's just any like that or evidence, I don't know, or people said they saw it and whatnot, or it's on a stream and they sent it to the cop. See?
Fucking joke for the stream. Can I even see him?
Is it raining where you live? What the fuck?
is it raining? Well, that's the guy's comment.
Be quiet right now.
Be quiet. Don't worry, Grace.
Let me just pause a second, Grace. What you need to do,
Well, anyway, so Hormaxer tries to give her some advice. Even though Hormaxer, he's a weird guy. He got her to talk about draining her balls. Like, yeah. So
draining her balls.
Or sorry, how she likes to drain other guys' balls. She doesn't have balls. Don't sue me for that one, Grace. You don't have balls.
Okay. Based on whatever you guys had going on in your live stream today, somebody reported it, and it was like him kicking you. Alright, so in Rhode Island, that's considered domestic assault, domestic violence, simple assault. Alright, I understand you have your YouTube podcast and everything like that, whatever you guys do, but essentially.
But it was a joke, and I don't have any problem with what happened.
But our hands are tied, okay? So what's gonna happen is he's gonna go to the station, he's gonna be processed, he's gonna be booked and everything like that. I know it's a cash bail for $50. I don't know if you drive or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said.
wait, what did he say there?
He said the cash bill's $50.
If you want to call the station.
The bond is $50.
I went there. They did not say that.
It's that.
All right.
I would
So, so anyway, that's it. Grace talks to Hormaxer for a while. Okay, let's see. Hold on.
And then like
I had not seen the John Journal stuff. The absolute confusion and mindfuck everyone must have felt. They must have been in shock. Yeah, I mean, if rats, if you watch
the Darius
the Darius clips, or
Yeah.
it's on the intro to our first video. If you want to watch that one, if you just watch the intro to it, there's John talks about when he discovered the sex between between Ben and Grace. John discovered sex between Ben and Grace, and he talks about the shock of that.
Yeah, he said, I felt like I was gonna throw up in that moment, and I just had to leave. It's just
Right.
like this experience of being like, you know, you're so confused, you know what this means, but you can't believe your eyes.
Right,
That was
right.
what his experience was, you know.
Right,
And
right.
then remain to be gaslit and also at the same time trolled with the validation of his
Right.
of this whole thing, you know.
Right. So I don't want to get into this whole. We're not going to do the fight between you and Grace. I don't think there's really any point of it. But I don't. Before we end, I wanted to get into this thing of her writing slut on herself, because what is interesting is Grace and Amelia had a discussion. I'll just say this, because Grace asked for a woman's point of view. This is the day after the arrest. Ben was already out, by the way. It was a big secret. She didn't want people to know that Ben had already gotten out on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And I think it was just to get donos, and I don't think they wanted anyone to know that Ben was living in the bottom floor apartment. Yeah, the whole writing on herself is just degrading. Yes.
And I believe it's something that if he was already back, it's something that they had at least been something in communication. That's what I think. I
was
think
a plan.
Yeah, there was a plan, and communication had happened. Whatever. Yeah.
Right. So I just want to say, Grace and Amelia talk, and essentially Grace says to say, because we have kinks, like we do like BDSM stuff or whatever, that is equal to being essentially in a relationship with your father. That's what she tries to say to Amelia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So wait, John didn't discover them having sex. He looked at Grace's phone and saw eggplant emojis. No, he saw, if you look at watch the first video on our channel, like I can upload the intro. We can just watch it. He saw bring that big dick daddy up here. That's what he saw, dude. Here, let's, do you want to just watch that? If I can get it up?
Yeah, I'm down.
Where is it? Okay. I think it's here. So this was an intro to an old video we did. So I just want to get it to this clip. All right. So here it is, guys. I want you to see this. This is what John is talking about.
I was downstairs
I'll be right back.
in this place. They were both upstairs. I looked, saw Grace's phone on the table, saw a text from my dad and her dad, you know, whatever, coming in on her phone, and I looked at them, and it was like the craziest, like my heart started like pounding like, really, really fast. And what I saw was like basically sexting, like him and her sexting. And I was like, holy shit, like what the fuck? Yeah. Like this is like I knew stuff was going on, but like I mean, I don't think it's really invading privacy if I start seeing
fucking don't even worry, but don't fucking care if you are invading privacy. That's pretty fucking
no, I know, but that's their point, is that I invaded her privacy, and that's why it was bad. But I mean, it was like, bring me that big dick daddy. Like, and it wasn't a joke.
All right, you hear that? It was not eggplant emojis. It was bring me that big dick daddy, from Grace to Ben. Okay.
And it was with a lot of eggplant emojis and like squirting water emojis, and it was just one of those things where it's like, what the fuck? And then I told my brother, and I like blew it up, and then they basically like humiliated me in front of everybody and called me like a pervert for even looking at her phone.
So they even gaslit John and saying he was a pervert for looking at their phone. He was the bad guy victimizing them.
Wait, they did as in just Grace and
Dad, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have any like physical evidence. And I think it's disgusting, but she.
All right, so I think that's it in terms of what we'd want to show. But you know, he does talk about how they slept in the same bed together. You guys can watch this. It's on our very first video. It's an intro.
The girl.
And okay, so I just want to say this. Grace and Amelia fight. She tries to claim that being in a relationship and having kinks is the same thing as being an incestuous relationship, essentially, or as Grace would call it, a non-traditional relationship with your father, essentially. I don't think it's the same. And no matter what, they're in an abusive relationship. That's just obvious, in my opinion, you know?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I think what's interesting is after Grace talks to Amelia, not that long after, she talks to some guys for a little while. She goes in the other room and leaves, or gets a text, I can't remember which, and then starts drawing slut on herself and saying that she's mean to men. That women are mean to men. Let's watch this.
But a woman is just gonna say, a woman's just gonna tell her, like,
okay, I'm not going to keep arguing this. What I saw was basically sexting is what he saw, not actual sexting. They claim it was a joke. John took it seriously. Okay, bro. So we're going to go back to here from a journal entry from John and say, Dad doesn't like me. Apparently, Grace is in a relationship. Grace is my mom, and mom is apparently my sister because Grace is in love with my dad. She sleeps with him and mocks and corrects my sister, Courtney Thorp. Then we have this. But by the way, the physical thing between Dad and I has been resolved. That is from like a month and a half ago or something. So like, I it's not about trying to convince you. You can believe whatever you want, but I just think it's pretty obvious. And I think if the closer we can accept it, the more, I don't know, hope pressure or something can be put on Grace, or that can be kind of put in the back of her head that people want to help her. People want to see her get away from Ben, you know?
Yeah.
oh yeah, you're an abuse victim. Oh, like your dad's like insane, and that'll be that.
Yeah, well, that's going to depend on like the typical mainstream type circles. Like if she goes to college, she'll get a lot of that. But I was talking about church, and I know a lot of these. Now, granted, I don't really come from a group of people who share the same like religion as Grace. The people I know are more Baptist leaning, but I don't think those people are necessarily going to lean in that direction. And I know a lot of people who are not going to lean in that direction.
Yeah, I'm just saying most women Grace will come to, maybe in a church context. I don't know. I don't even know about that. Most women are just going to play into her bullshit, and they're going to say that Ben is like some abuse victim, or sorry, that Grace is some abuse victim and she's being abused by Ben.
Well, hold on. I just want to put this out there. There is some abusive stuff going on.
Nobody's responding to this, by the way.
First of all,
Yeah,
there's like
I know.
a trifecta of abuse. But what the fuck are you doing?
I renounce female rage.
I like how she smiles and then she starts sobbing.
I don't like being
Look what she says.
Women.
Wait, what did she
She's
say?
like-
I renounce female rage.
own ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying to.
No, I
Grace will
agree.
come.
Going on.
I felt
Going on.
like this show
Evil.
for Ben.
I have a lot of evil. I have a lot of bad habits. And I appreciate the men that have tried to help me, including my father. And if anybody tries to take that away from me, I just think it's bullshit. I'm sorry for being an angry woman to God and to my father. I'm sorry for using it to make myself look like a victim. I'm sorry.
So she's apologizing for making Ben look bad, and for
I think.
Okay, look. So this stuff so fake. I think there's something to be said for the provocation stuff. Yes, Ben told her, to like draw this stuff. They like provoking people. She even laughed a little bit when she did it. But I think she's doing it because Ben wants her to.
No, I
You know
only
what I
said
mean?
like it's funny that she like starts laughing and then she goes into like crying because it's like she's all over the place with her actual emotions all the time. This is like truly a flagellation process for her. So she like does feel this guilt and wants to like convince her dad she's the right kind of person for him and doesn't agree with me on whatever like I was trying to talk to her about. She is clearly like, I want to purge this like feminist thing out of me, and I've been like, I've been swayed by Satan to even listen or even doubt that I'm not being abused right now,
Right.
This is a little over dramatic, Grace.
I am over dramatic.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
you could
just calm down
you
for
could do
just
this
you don't
privately
have
in
to.
a prayer with God, but you're doing it like performatively for stream.
I am.
And this is
You
what
don't
we
need to do the.
this
you
is
don't
what
need
we
to
were
do
talking about.
the
Grace. Like,
sharp.
that's like
That's a little over the top.
but I am a performer, so I'm gonna be
Yeah, I
honest.
mean,
I love
it's good
penis.
content.
I love men. I am a
good
performer.
content,
I'm
but-
showing it off performatively. I do.
Right. It's like Ben wants her to show it off performatively. By the way, it's on Twitter, so I can't access it right now. But in a VC, when Ben got out of jail, someone said, "Did you?" I think it was Coop said, "Did you get Grace to draw the penis on himself?" And in a roundabout way, he did. If you look at Shamu's tweets, if you're on Twitter, you can find that on.
Love penises. I love men. I'm so sick of everybody telling me I'm a bad person for doing.
Anyway, okay. Look, ultimately, she does this thing where she like performs. She wants viewers. She definitely wants clout, but I think she humiliates herself because Ben wants her to. So I think there's a kind of, I understand the idea of like rolling your eyes and being like, this is just about attention. But I think really it's about Ben getting that, like, she'll do exactly what I say. Yes, Ben tells her to do this crap.
Yeah,
and that's
for
why I
sure.
think this is important. Yes, it's the father's agenda. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. I do.
He
for
degrades
sure.
his daughter. Right.
And that's what I mean, when she cries, that's what she thinks like that is wanted. You know, she wants him to believe that she's remorseful, you know.
Right.
And in some senses, like, her frustration pushes her to actually, like, you know, pull that out of her. You know, it's all for the benefit of Ben, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I think, we're at 2 hours. We're probably going to wind the stream down. But I think what I wanted to show was that how this began, the day that it began, how Ben attacked her, how she was ripped apart, and then, in my opinion, physically abused. He
Mhm.
was arrested. And guess what? Guess what's happened? There's a bunch of attention. They have more viewers than usual. Who knows how long it'll last? Locale Podcast is laughing at them.
Mhm.
But in the end, I think what the most important part is, Grace, like, John got away, Courtney got away, and Grace is still stuck. And I think we can all agree, no matter what's consensual, what wasn't, that she's in an abusive relationship, in my opinion. And I think she would be a happier person if she got out. I think that's a pretty basic thought.
Yeah.
And I know Grace hates us, but Grace, we want you to do good. We want you to be happy. And that's, I don't know. Do you have any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, just, I think that Ben turns everything into some kind of manipulation. So, even Grace thinking that we're making this just because we're like brainwashed by her or we're manipulative or something, it's really not it. I don't care if she thinks like she's happy in this relationship. It's not something that I'm willing to like listen to, because it's a part of the grooming process, is a part of her mind at this point, and identity. It's like a huge refusal to ever
Right.
open up to anything else, and that's for a good reason. It's just to protect and benefit your dad and not you, you know, Grace.
Right. He doesn't want to protect you. Even though you think he wants to protect you, he took advantage of you at a really young age. And I don't think that there's happiness. I don't think you live a life with happiness. Grace even told me and Amelia, I believe, in a VC, she's only used to chaos and anger and fights. And actually being around calm, normal people is weird to her. It doesn't make any sense to her.
Yeah.
I think the life that you had when you had friends in high school, Grace, that you had a group of friends that loved you just for you, that was just like a taste of what your life could be, and that your family wants to help you, meaning like Courtney and John and all your siblings. I know they do. And the stuff that we showed, I think it's important that people know what was going through John's head and what Grace said to John. That's what Grace said to John.
Yeah.
So anyway, I hope everyone has a good night. Thank you for hanging out with us for the last 2 hours.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time. Have a
See
good
ya.
night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.